Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. How was your weekend? Hopefully it was good. Um, uh, it's Monday. I'm still having technical difficulties trying to get this going right now. But sometimes you just got to laugh. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta laugh. And I think it's because you know what? Today has just been a tiring day already. I woke up at like 4 o'clock this morning and I couldn't go back to sleep. So I'm about 6 hours deep into the day at this point. And yeah, for what it's worth, because I'm like, again, still having the proverbial technical difficulties. How's everybody doing today? Jump on into that live chat and tell me how you're doing. I appreciate that. Say hey. Appreciate all of that. All right. So if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, click that bell icon, click the all. That way you get notified every time I go live or put out a great video. We're doing a lot of both here on YouTube, pretty much 7 days a week. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate that. I'm just shy about 100 subscribers to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark, and I want you to help push me over. Appreciate it. Cheers, I guess, because I know it's not crypto on the rocks, but definitely gonna have me some coffee. All right, let me refresh CoinGecko here so we get the latest pricing, and we're going to take a look at the markets before we get into what we're going to talk about today. And today, as you could tell from the thumbnail, and as you can tell from the title of this video, or excuse me, this live stream, there was an issue with some user account information related to Trezor being exposed. And so we're going to give you the 411. We're going to give you the information about that, and going to go over a few things you can do to help protect yourself if you happen to fall into that camp. And here's the other thing. Even if you don't fall into that camp, you could probably still be getting targeted on phishing attacks. And I'm going to show you that because I got a phishing email. All right, let's get to the market. All right, let's bring this up here. Bring me down there. All right, here we go. So let's talk markets. As always, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, old guy, interwebs, Bitcoin, honestly, showing a little bit of weakness, down almost 4% over the last 7 days, almost 3% of that in the last 24 hours. When I jumped on at like 4 o'clock this morning, it was barely over that 40K mark, a little bit higher right now at 40,600. And it's been hovering in that 40,000 range all morning while I've been working. So again, still showing a bit of weakness, but overall, I'll take it. And here's the thing. I've mentioned in other live streams that Bitcoin could head on down to like that 38K mark, and I'm okay with that. I mean, I know people are like losing their shit because Bitcoin is they figured ETFs, woo, and they did go up there for a little while, but again, I've talked on a couple of live streams why I think the price is tanked a little bit, and I'm not going to get into that. That's not what this video. I keep wanting to say video. That's not what this live stream is about. But again, use this as a buying opportunity, right? DCA some more. Don't let BlackRock and all these other ETFs pick up all that Bitcoin at a cheap price. All right, Ethereum. That kind of popped off right after the approval of the Bitcoin ETFs. It's come down considerably since at 23.69 right now, down almost 6% in 7 days, about 4.5% of that in the last 24 hours. Excuse me. BNB, 310.41, and down 1.5% over the last 7 days, but down almost 3% in the last 24 hours. I mean, Bitcoin, Binance Coin has been like almost defiant of the market action that's been happening recently here. So BNB still kind of steady. Solana, it is what it is. It's going to do well in this market. Right now, down 6.6% over the last 7 days, almost all of that in the last 24 hours. So again, decent buy for Solana. Now, XRP, we've seen a lot of, okay. If you are on crypto Twitter, you've probably seen the tweets that have been happening from Gemini about don't forget XRP's coming soon, yada, yada, yada. And a lot of people are speculating that means that XRP is going to be announced as a payment rail for Gemini. I don't know if that's true. Don't care if it's true. Either way, if you're thinking XRP has got some growth coming, excuse me, which I think it really does over the course of the next couple of years, you got it at 7.5% down from where it used to be at 52 cents. Not a bad dealio, if you ask me, if XRP is your thing. Now, Cardano, down 5.5%, 4.5% of that over the last 24 hours, and it's under 50 cents. And it was under 50 cents for a while. It kind of popped back up there for a little bit over the 50 cent mark. And when it did, I even Friday, I was saying on Crypto on the Rocks that I think Cardano's got to take another leg down. You know, I was saying in around that 48 cent range. But honestly, with the weakness in the market right now, we could see Cardano drop well down into the lower 40 cent range. And frankly, that's a good buy either way with the future of Cardano, if you ask me. Now, Dogecoin, even though it's down over 5% in the last 24 hours, up 3.2%, and the majority of that upward mobility is because of, you know, the launch of that new Twitter payment profile. So they're anticipating the potential for a new payments platform on Twitter. And you know, you've got the Dogecoin army basically thinking that Doge is going to be part of that payment rail. And they might be right. Hey, Alexander, appreciate you. Good morning, sir. I'm doing very well. And yep, XRP. I mean, I don't know. There's too much going around with XRP. I think we're going to be seeing some not only upward price action, but we're going to see some announcements with regard to XRP soon, in my humble opinion. Now, Avalanche. Look at this thing. Down 13.3% in the last 7 days. 7.5% of that in the last 24 hours. $30.75 for Avalanche. I mean, if you were looking at DCA into Avalanche, maybe now is that time. Tron back in that 10-cent area, but still down just under 4% in the last 7 days. DOT, hey, down 12%. Again, if you're a Polkadot fan, might be worthy buying time. Chainlink down 5.5% over the last 7 days, 4.5% of that in the last 24 hours, $15 even for Chainlink. Matic down 10% over the last 7 days, half of that in the last 24 hours. So, you know, 75 cents for Polygon. I don't know. Doesn't sound too bad to me. Sorry, need more coffee. Like I said, been up since around 4 a.m. It's like midday for me. I'm ready for like lunch. Maybe it's like a 5 o'clock somewhere time. Anyway, but not till after this live stream. We got some stuff to go over. Litecoin, 68.81, down below that $70 mark, down 3 7.5% in the last 24 hours, but only 1.5% over the last 7 days. Bcash down 7.5% in the last 7 days, almost 3.5% of that in the last 24 hours. If you like Bcash, Stellar XLM down 4% in the last 7 days, about half of that, give or take, in the last 24 hours. Pretty much steady in that 11-cent area. XMR, Monero, love Monero. Again, if you're a privacy coin person, and again, might be a good idea to have some, kind of like Bitcoin. Just in case this thing catches on, you might be a good idea to have some at 152.93. Filecoin, I think Filecoin is going to be one of those DPINs that has a big future in 2024 and 2025, down almost 13% in the last 7 days, about half of that in the last 24 hours, just over $5.20. HBAR, this thing has been doing a roller coaster ride. Even with all their major announcements that they've had come out over the last few weeks, down 8% over the last 7 days, 5% of that in the last 24 hours. If you ask me, huge buy for HBAR. Mutable X, I don't know, Mutable X, I'm surprised that didn't make it into the DCA portfolio for this cycle for crypto on the rocks at $1.81, down 9% over the last 7 days. Not a bad buy if you're into that gaming. Caspa, first time I have seen Caspa below 10 cents in like, I don't know, a couple of months maybe. Down almost 9.5%, pretty much steady, half of that in the last 24 hours, and below that 10-cent mark. Let's see what else we want to touch on. Quant has taken quite a dip. If you recall, Quant shot up there a couple of weeks back. It was like at almost back to local highs, and has dropped back 8.5% in the last 7 days, 6% of that in the last 24 hours. Huge dive down for Quant. Good buying opportunity, if you ask me. Let's see what else we're going to touch. Anything else we want to touch? Algo, I got no issue with Algo. I think that's a good buy. 13.8% down over the last 7 days. Look at this. Rune, Thorchain. I am like, I can't believe the price drop on this. It is almost to the point I'm going to stop buying more. 13.7% down in the last 7 days, 6.5% of that in the last 24 hours. Thorchain now under $4. Wow. That's all I got for that. Wow. All right. Axie Infinity. We're gonna touch on a couple more of these because this Axie Infinity is one of the coins you can dollar cost vote for us to dollar cost average into here on the channel during Crypto on the Rocks. Down 6.5% in the last 7 days, 5.5% of that in the last 24 hours. 745 for Axie Infinity. And we'll hit the sandbox here because that's another one that you can vote for us. Matter of fact, that was the first winner that you guys, or winner, I guess, the first one that you guys voted for us to dollar cost average into, down 5.5% in 7 days, 6% of that in the last 24 hours, 46 cents for the sandbox. All right. So that's what's going on with the markets. Let's see what we got going on in the comments. Hey, Jar, great to see you here this morning, my friend. I figured you'd be packing up, getting ready to leave. Good to have you. Yes, Thorchain down. Like I said, surprised that the Thorchain is down below $4. And yes, I started putting that information together to put into my PowerPoint presentation for Crypto on the Rocks. And honestly, I got sidetracked. I never finished. But yes, Jar is correct with regard to that. Appreciate you being here, Jar. All right, so let's get into the what we really need to share here. And we've got Trezor putting out information now that they're sitting here investigating a breach. Now, it wasn't a breach with them; it was a third-party breach. So let's get into exactly what it was. In a nutshell, the TLDR, I guess, of it is the information, user information was exposed in the sense of like contact information. And that happened for people who used the support portal for the Trezor hardware wallet. Now, according they said it was a recent security breach that occurred on January 17th. So like, what is that? 4 days ago at this point, 3-4 days ago. It affected approximately 66,000 users. And of those, they were people who contacted Trezor support since December of 2021. So in theory, if you did not contact Trezor support during that time frame, then you and your information should not be exposed. Now, more in here, and I've got a few other articles. Matter of fact, links to everything that I'm talking about is in the description of this live stream. So go ahead, check that out. And that way you can read all of the articles and information on your own. And I also put in links to resources on my website to help you to make sure that your seed phrases are properly secured, to help you to understand what phishing attacks are and other types of malware attacks, and how you can protect yourself from them. Now, the reason for that is because there were a number of the people who had their information exposed also received phishing attacks sent to their email. And but here's the thing I want to point out. It's not just people who have used support, the Trezor support, that are getting these phishing attack emails. I received a phishing attack email, and I'm going to show you that in a second. And I have never contacted Trezor support. Never. So you need to be aware that these kind of phishing attacks are happening on a daily basis, and you have to know how to protect yourself. And we'll go over a couple of things, but I mean, let's think about it. The most common sense thing is, if you're not expecting some kind of contact from, in this case, Trezor support, guess what? Even if you contacted them, unless you contacted them like yesterday or something, there's no reason for Trezor support to be contacting you. So be smart about that. Be smart about that. There's no reason for you to be contacting Trezor support, or for them to be contacting you. Now, as you can see here, right here, Trezor support, it says, is contacting me regarding a transaction signing error, and they makes it look all official with a case number and yada yada yada. And guess what? I've had no issues with my Trezor. Zero. Matter of fact, Trezor isn't where I put most of my crypto at this point. You know, Tangem, love Tangem. Linked for Tangem in the description of this live stream. You're looking for a hardware wallet. That's my new go-to. Matter of fact, watch for a video dropping this week where I do the unboxing and the setup with the seed phrase of Tangem 2.0. That's gonna drop on Thursday. Also, speaking of Tangem, let Let me look up the correct date so I don't get it wrong. Hold on one moment. On the 20th of February, on the Matrix Money podcast channel, and the link to go and follow me, JAR, and FF on the Matrix Money podcast channel is in the description of this live stream. On the 20th of February, we will be raffling off a Tangem. So, courtesy of Tangem, we'll be raffling that off to one lucky winner live during that stream. So, if you have not already subscribed to the Matrix Money podcast, link in that description, go ahead and do that. That way you are eligible on the 20th when we go live to win that raffle for the Tangem wallet. All right. So, excuse me. Now I want to take a second to show you Bitcoin News on Twitter posted what someone shared one of these phishing emails, and I want to go over it because just reading that should make your senses just go through the roof and be, why would I do what you're asking me to do in this email? Let me see if I can't make it a little bit bigger, make it easier to see here. There we go. Okay. So again, this is part of the phishing attacks that's taking place against the Tangem users that have contacted the support portal. The breach happened again about 4 days ago, and supposedly Tangem sent out emails warning all those who were likely affected by the breach so they could protect themselves from attacks just like this. So here's what that email looks like. Okay. Hi, whatever. They blanked out the name, which is great. To better understand and look into your issue, please reply with the 24-word phrase you were given when you set up your Trezor device. Oh my God, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Do not send anyone your recovery phrase or your seed phrase, whatever you want to call it. You don't send them that 24-word phrase. Now, not all seed phrases are 24 words, could be 12, could be 18, could be 24. The point is, you don't send that information to anyone. Even in this case, where it looks like support is asking for it. Now, I'm going to guarantee you, Trezor support, should you contact Trezor support for some reason or another, they're not going to ask you for your seed phrase. They're just not. And if for whatever reason their representative does, write that off, because once you do that, come on now, you know what happens. You are going to just lose whatever money you've got in that Trezor device. It is going to be gone. The data, okay, so just to get back to this data is not accessible by humans and is used to check the firmware version of your device. So again, it sounds like they're trying to help you out. Well, we got to check your firmware. We want to make sure that you've got the current version, and that will help us to help you, and so on and so on. And it's all a crock of shit. Do not send that information. Do not send that information. Be smart. Protect yourself. Don't send that information. I mean, I suppose I could wrap the live stream up with that right there. Don't send your information. I mean, again, I get it, especially if you did contact support recently and you are having an issue. Do a couple of things. Double check to make sure that it is the actual support address. When you open up a ticket, you're going to get an email confirmation on that ticket. I mean, that's typical of most support portals, right? But it's going to come from the official support site. Okay, the official support site. So let me see if I can bring up my the one they sent me and try and show you what I mean. Okay, so as you can see, it's saying right here, Trezor support, right? In fact, let me see if I can't bring that up a little bit bigger. Hold on one second. Yeah, let's try that. That a little better. Hopefully that's a little bit better so you can see that. Okay. So it's saying Trezor support. And again, it looks all official, signing, transaction signing error, case number, blah, 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 blah. Makes it look all official. But hover over Trezor support. Look at that address. That is not the Trezor support address. Now, they try and make it look that way. Look what it says right there. Trezor support at WTE.net. That is not the official Trezor support site. That's the first step you can do to see if this is a legit email from support, if you've contacted support. Now, again, there are other things and other, again, links in the description of this live stream that you can do to help to increase the safety of your seed phrase. This is one of the articles on my website. And let's just go down the table of contents real quick to 1 second. Let me get rid of this couple of things here so it's easier for me. And I talk about what it means to protect your seed phrase and, learn from my mistakes. At the end of the day, remember, you are your own bank. Okay. You're your own bank. So best practices for protecting your seed phrase, having a good seed phrase backup, backing it up properly, writing it down, putting it in secure locations and multiple locations, multiple copies. I'm a fan of steal options. Use some of these steal options where you can either inscribe it on the steal or some of them a punch. You can punch it. Some of them have like little chips with the letters that you can create the seed phrase, etc. Choose whatever option works best for you. But again, steal is a good option to help protect that seed phrase. Back it up properly. And I go into other options here. Software wallet considerations. So again, I get it. Not everything is hardware, but I mean, if you're hodling for the long term, having a hardware wallet is step number one. Let's be honest. You want to take that crypto, put it away in a cold storage wallet, backed up properly, and kind of set it and forget it until you periodically check to make sure everything's looking kosher. Go in there, make sure you can still access the wallet, make sure your funds are good. You maybe even move it around to a different wallet, whatever. It doesn't matter. The point is, otherwise, that is in cold storage until you say otherwise, right? So again, cold storage option. And that's why I talk about prioritizing offline. Okay. The hardware wallets, the hot wallets, the software wallets like MetaMask, like Exodus, etc. They are connected to the internet, and thus the hacking possibilities increase because of the type of wallet it is. Does that mean they're unsafe? No. Properly backed up, proper security around it, those wallets are operationally safe. Here's the thing, but maybe if, again, think about what you're using those for. If you're doing trading, yeah, you need a hot wallet. If you are using, if you're using a wallet to pay for things in crypto, and watch for the videos I've got coming out probably next week with regard to Dash. This is going to be a follow-up to the interview I did with Joel Valenzuela, talking about living on cryptocurrency. If you haven't watched that, go to my YouTube channel, check that out. Good information there. Kind of gives you a little bit of a blueprint on how to slowly move in that direction. And that's part of what my next couple of videos with regard to that are going to be. And we're going to show you that slow progression. Hopefully we'll be able to bring him on to the Matrix Money podcast. Kind of like a hot seat interview during a live stream. That's the plan. We're going to try and coordinate some of that. So watch for information about that. Don't forget, if you want to be involved in that giveaway for the Tangent Wallet on the 20th of February, you got to be you have to have liked the Matrix Money podcast, subscribe to that channel. You have to be subscribed to that channel. So make sure you go do that. Link to do that in the description of this live stream. Okay. I mean, I don't want to, if anybody has any questions, like security related questions with regard to how to secure your seed phrase, your hardware wallet, whatever, feel free. But again, I've put plenty of articles from my website in the description of this live stream. And again, right here, why is online security so important with cryptocurrency? And I break it all down for you right here. Realizing you are the bank because you're responsible. It's your crypto. And just like, when that phishing attack potentially comes in, you need to be aware that that is a phishing attempt and protect yourself by not clicking on those links, by deleting it. Now, mine, the one I showed you, happened to be caught by my spam filter, but that doesn't always happen. Sometimes those things make it through to your main email account, and you need to make sure that, if you're not expecting an email from, in this case, Trezor support, you shouldn't even be like, delete, gone, be done with it, right? Let me just put this like this so we can just kind of go through that a little bit. And that's where I talk about it right here with hackers, scammers, and thieves. And then, how can you improve your crypto security? And again, I go into each one of these in detail, okay? About how to protect your private keys, how to use a secure web browser. Like I'm using right now, Brave browser. You can have very intense security settings with Brave browser, and you get privacy by default with Brave. Unlike Google, who is tracking every gosh darn thing you're doing. What else? Web browser, bookmarking websites. So like, if you know that you contacted Trezor support, bookmark that. That way, when you get a reply, you know the exact website you're going to go back to, and you can go back to that ticket without using the email by clicking the bookmarked website. Say that 5 times fast. And again, not drinking anything but coffee. But again, you need to be responsible for that. Make sure you're using strong passwords wherever possible. Using a VPN. I can't even express adequately the importance of using a VPN. And now I use and recommend Torguard. Link to that is in the description of this live stream. Matter of fact, if you use that link, you will get 50% off whatever plan that you opt in for life. So if you're looking for a VPN, and I'll tell you what, I've got no issues with this VPN for uploads, downloads. I lose nothing with that VPN service. They don't track any of my information. It is deleted instantly. And here's the kicker. You can pay with cryptocurrency, so they don't even want your damn name. They don't give a crap who you are. You can pay with crypto. Perfect, right? And that is one of the things I pay with cryptocurrency every month. That is one of the items paid with crypto. So again, VPN, definitely a must. Not using public Wi-Fi, especially for crypto transactions. Good Lord. Two-factor authentication wherever possible. I know Google 2FA, that is very popular, but I'm going to suggest to you that you use, where possible, a multi-factor key. Where am I here? So this one happens to be a YubiKey. Let me try and get that a little bit closer so you can see it right there. If you're not familiar with these, again, link in the description of this live stream. Head to the article, and I break down YubiKey in particular, but how to use the multi-factor authentication to keep everything safe. And I've updated everything with this. So, not just my email, but my, all my exchange accounts, all that kind of stuff. So again, be sure to use 2FA where possible. And right here, I said use a security key, antivirus software. I mean, if you're operating with a computer and you're not using antivirus software, I mean, I don't know what to say at this point. And the last thing I want to hit on, I guess, as far as security is concerned, is as it puts here, keep your operating systems up to date. There are constantly updates going on, whether it's your computer, but especially your mobile device. Having that operating system up to date will limit the amount of bug that you it puts in bug fixes. So like if there's a vulnerability somewhere to access a portion of your mobile device or your computer, whatever, these updates put out those fixes to patch those vulnerabilities, so you're, in theory, not getting hacked. The last thing on that was, again, a hardware wallet for long-term hodling. I get it. Excuse me. I know I've got a lot of people on this stream who are mining crypto, and so you need a hot wallet most of the time with regard to that. And I get it. If you need a hot wallet, use what you need. But if you're holding crypto for the long term, a hardware wallet is the answer to what you need. Again, I prefer Tangem. Watch for the video coming out on Thursday for Tangem 2.0. Show you the unboxing and the setup using a seed phrase, because in Tangem 2.0, you can use a seed phrase to set up your wallet. All right, so that's pretty much what I've got with regard to this live stream. Again, if the people who are most at risk are people who have contacted Trezor support since December of 2021. The breach was via Trezor support's portal, and it was contact information only. No Trezor devices, crypto assets, none of that has been hacked. Trezor is still a secure device to use. And just beware of the phishing attacks that are potentially going to happen. 66,000 approximately account users contact information was accessed. So again, if you're receiving an email from Trezor support, like I showed you, I got one. I haven't even contacted Trezor support. You need to know that you don't be clicking on that. If you're expecting contact from Trezor support, you want to know what? Again, if you bookmarked the support portal website, go in that way. Don't use the link in the email. Go to the support portal, access that way, log in, and contact and communicate with your ticket that way. Common sense, people. Common sense. I appreciate everybody being here. I honestly, I'm not going to keep things going for no reason here. I appreciate all the comments. Jar, again, safe trip. Jar will not be with us tomorrow on the Matrix Money podcast. It'll be me and FF. And what are we talking about tomorrow? I honestly don't have any damn idea. At this point in time, FF and I are still trying to like iron that out a little bit. But remember, if you want to be eligible for the Tangem wallet giveaway on the Matrix Money podcast, you need to be subscribed to that channel. Link to do that is in the description of this live stream. Go ahead and do that. Alexander, appreciate you being here. Thanks, man. Appreciate all the support. So rest of this week, tomorrow, 10 a.m., Matrix Money podcast channel, myself, FF, talking about whatever. We'll figure it out. But I mean, you want questions answered, come on in. We'll be there answering whatever you need. Or, well, trying our best to answer whatever you need anyway. And then Wednesday, 10 a.m. here for, I don't know, not sure what I'm going to talk about yet on Wednesday. Maybe we'll be talking about Coinbase kicking the SEC's ass in court, getting that case dismissed. We'll see. That's still pending. And then, of course, Thursday, Tangem 2.0 video drops here. Watch that. And finally, don't forget Friday, 7 p.m., Crypto on the Rocks. All right, that's going to do it. Be safe. Make sure that you're not falling victim to any of these phishing attacks. If you haven't contacted Trezor support portal, you should be okay. But even if you're getting that email, don't fall for it. Okay. If you're not expecting it, get rid of it. All right. Be safe. I hope you all have a great day. Appreciate everybody being here and all of your support. I will see you tomorrow on the Matrix Money podcast channel. See you there.